Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome. We're going to be talking about the Executive MBA program here at the University of New Haven. I'm joined now by Michael Davis, who is Executive Director of the program. You've had a long career. You've worked at Nestle. Tell us a little bit about your experience, first of all.
Sure. I've been at Nestle, or recently retired at Nestle, and I was there for 31 years, Vice President and an officer. I've also been part of the University of New Haven for about 15 years. And then most recently, I've taken on this executive MBA position, which I'm very excited about. I retired actually a little early in order to take advantage of this offer of leading the program.
And why was that something you wanted to do? Why was it important for you to retire early to be a part of this program?
I felt somewhat blessed in that I have an MBA from the University of New Haven, and here was an opportunity to give something back. And these positions don't always come up. And of course, the Executive MBA program here is the oldest one in the state, I believe the best one, and I wanted to be part of that. And the opportunity to lead it, I couldn't turn that down. So I announced early retirement and jumped over to the university.
And certainly having been a student here, too, was, I'm sure, a part of that. And kind of tell us a little bit more about that, why you wanted to be involved in that from having been a student here. Why was that important to you?
I always liked the approach here at the university in that it is more than the theory. It's always also the application and the practice. So I always felt very prepared for my MBA here at the university because it taught me theory as well as how to apply that theory. And that's exactly what we do in the MBA program as well.
Mm-hmm. And this, of course, is the oldest executive MBA program in Connecticut. Why is this one different?
This one's different in that it does focus on change, and the change is directed at you. So we promise you that you're going to hear differently, think differently, see differently, and be seen differently. So people that come to the program come to obviously learn more, but also they want to be more, and it starts with you. Many of our students are exceptional chemists or lawyers or doctors or business people, and they're looking for greater diversity in skill sets. So they've reached their peak in their skill set of, say, chemistry, but now they're looking for leadership in marketing and management, and that's what we do very well. And we promise you after the class that you will hear differently, you will see differently, you will think differently, and you will be seen differently. We check in to make sure that that's happening. Also, the program is very much directed at them. So we personalize the program. We pick the class specifically to complement each other and then to grow from that as a unit, and that we share that literacy with all the professors and everyone that's involved in their education so that almost immediately the education is directed at, to them versus at them. And that's key, and that's our differentiation. I think a lot of people have programs out there that you feel you're being talked at, that you don't have that personal connection with the professors and the instructors and myself.
And certainly it sounds like relationships are very much an important part of this program, certainly the relationship with you. Tell us more about that. What is that relationship, and how does that kind of play into what students are going to be getting out of this program?
Well, thank you for bringing that up, because I refer to our program as relationship learning. And obviously I meet the students prior to the class, and I immediately become their coach, their mentor, their advocate, their sponsor. We'll spend many hours prior to the program beginning, and then of course we'll interact throughout the program and then after the program. So once you connect with myself, we're life friends, and I'll be your life coach regarding career leadership or any other skills that you're looking for that I can provide. Again, that's a differentiation here at the university versus other programs.
So certainly it goes beyond just a student's time in the program. It's much longer lasting than that. And talking about leading differently, tell us more about what that means, and maybe give me an example of that.
Well, leading, a lot of people confuse leading with management and so forth. And an example I like to use is, doing right versus being right. And a lot of people in, say, a meeting will race to try to get the right answer and be the one that announced that answer. But if you're truly a leader, you'd be looking more at, how to develop people and how to have that meeting be not only a positive outcome, but did it have development going on in the meeting? So we'll work on how you may have the answer, but you maybe are promoting or provoking someone else in the meeting to come up with that answer, and giving that person the light, and also giving that person the confidence and so forth. So I would say here's an example of, trying to be right, versus doing right, and vice versa. So there's times that both of those work, but I would say as a leader, you look for what's the right way to lead and promote a positive outcome.
So being able to kind of see that difference then. Excellent.
And we talk about others about that. So leaders have to have different styles and approaches and formats in order to be successful. It's not one style. A lot of times one style will get you to that management director or VP level, but going to the next level, you need to have these skills that are more diverse and alter your style and approach depending on who you're communicating with. And that's a focus in the program.
And certainly, yeah, not every style works for everybody. What might work for you might not work for me, vice versa. How do you kind of help people develop their own style?
And it's first, I think that everyone needs to understand what their style is. So we spend time with different kind of interactions and everything, and give them greater literacy regarding how their style has been working for them. We also encourage them to build a mission statement, and we work with them, or I work with them regarding that mission statement. It talks about their goals, their desires, how they measure themselves, and so forth. So the more they can learn about themselves, the more then they understand themselves, and the more then they know how their behavior and the words they choose are impacting the audience. And of course, the goal is to positively impact the audience and inform the audience. And if you have different styles and formats of doing that, you'll be a better communicator and, of course, a better leader. But it all starts with first understanding yourself.
Another one of the key points about the program is we're transformational, not transactional, and that seems to kind of tie in with that. Maybe tell me a little bit more about that. Kind of how does that apply?
And it applies by, a lot of people know the difference, and they'll turn it on and off. But you'll see in the program that everything we do is transformational. We don't do anything in a transactional capacity. It's all about the transformational, relationship-driven, about being more and better in a way that is sustainable. The transaction is, you do X, you get Y. You pay a toll, you get to go over a bridge. And there are a lot of MBA programs that it's kind of the badge of honor, where if you take a certain amount of credits and you go through management and economics and accounting in a very structured way, and if you get, score this grade, you get, this credit and you move forward. And that's nice, but I call that a transactional MBA, and it's kind of the sticker MBA, where you have to inform people when you interview or engage that I have an MBA. I assure you, my promise is if this works out, and again, this is, it's a relationship driven, there will be people that are not right for the program, and then there will be people that will be great for the program. And if you're great for the program, you want to be part of this program, I assure you that their relationship will drive for a better you, with greater success regarding whatever you direct your interest at. And that's all about the relationship side and the transformational side. You'll again, hear differently, see differently, think differently, and be seen differently.
And speaking of the relationships, of course, we mentioned your relationship with the participants in this program, how important that is. But tell me about the relationships they're going to develop with each other and how that plays a role.
And that's a great question. Is we assemble the class in a way that is complementary to everybody. A lot of programs have a lot of, say, engineers or a lot of lawyers or a lot of business people. Here we make sure that there is no one occupation that's dominating, so you hear a lot of the same views and perspective. It's very complementary, as well as personality. It's very complementary, and it's amazing how quickly they gel, and we encourage that. And of course, the instructors are doing things to encourage it. I'm doing things to encourage it, as well as we have an early trip to DC, where we go down to Washington, and that really brings the class together as well.
So kind of having that diversity, I'm sure, is extremely helpful.
Yes.
And then talking about skill building too.
And skills versus tools or whatever. It's the idea of having literacy in a much larger capacity and being able to take that skill and apply it to numerous items. Again, the transactional versus transformational relationship. So we're not looking at memorization. We're not looking at a specific tool. We're looking at having you have a skill that you can adjust and alter in order to apply it during, depending on the circumstances that you're experiencing at that time.
Certainly different than just task doing.
Exactly.
Having actual skills that you can apply.
And again, a lot of people have witnessed or have taught in, or MBA programs that are very much that way. This is an experience. This is it has a culture. It has a feel to it. It's special. And if you're looking for a program that is going to challenge you, but not have you do unnecessary tasks and things, and really focus on you and focus on you being more and better, and giving you more skills, like the skill of, okay, I'm working with someone. It's not just what I say, it's also how I say it, when I say it, why I say it, who I say it to. That all will impact the outcome. And so these are things we work on continuously through the program, and I check in all the time, making sure that you're getting the most from the program, and we alter and adjust the program as the program goes through its 2 years.
And I like that you said it was an experience. I mean, that tells me a lot too, and certainly about integration as well.
And the experience is, we know that's really working well, because so many of the alumni want to come back and participate. So they want to engage, they want to be part of the program, they want to give back and serve a program that has served them really well. Again, focusing on a relationship and also the experience that you're getting. So when you're in that classroom, you're not just being educated by your peers, say 12, 13 other peers in the group, as well as the professor and the guest instructors we bring in. We also bring in alumni, and they talk about their experience both when they were in the program and, of course, how they're using their skills and knowledge going forward. And, of course, that alumni are also resources for everybody that are in the program.
Just going to say, this kind of expands somebody's network, too.
Yes, and that's that relationship side, and that's part of the program. When we're interacting or educating people on the program, we talk about this relationship and the commitment to serving and assisting others. And we all can do that, and we know you're gonna have opportunities to do that in the program, and we hope that you would step up and do that regarding helping your peers, even maybe moving from the seat to actually lecturing in the class if it's a specific subject matter that's going on that is specific to your skill set. So we might have a tax person in the position in the classroom, and of course then a tax law changes or whatever, that person then can move up and actually share immediately additional expertise that we may or may not have at the university.
Do you have any other examples of any times when somebody was involved in the program, and then just kind of the relationships they built with you or with each other, kind of how that served them after the program?
A lot of people, even during the program, receive promotions or have opportunities for promotions, and immediately I'll obviously help them if they're looking for it, and a lot of them are. So I'll work with them regarding preparation, regarding the opportunity for promotion, and a lot of times that will happen after the program. So I'm engaged. I've been part of the program for 15 years. I have 15 years worth of students that I work with on a daily basis regarding activities that are going on in their life or in their career or in their retirement that I can add value, or others in the program or others at the university can add value. So we're always engaged regarding supporting their endeavors, and whether at work or not at work.
And for students that are maybe considering being a part of this program, what's your guarantee? What's your message for them?
My guarantee, and I'm all in, and I'm accustomed to working a lot of hours, and so I'm just transferring those hours to the university. I'm all in on that. You will hear differently, you will see differently, you will think differently, and you will be seen differently. I can assure you of that, and I will be working with you 24/7 to make sure that the experience you're looking for from the program is that and more.
And I guess if you had to look at it, what would be overall the best part of it for you? Why you do this? Why this is something you're so passionate and excited about?
I love the opportunity to share what my experience, but I also love to see progression. I love to see growth, and having very talented, exceptional people that are very successful already come into our program and even be able to be more and better. That's exciting for me. The idea of seeing them come in and then witnessing their transformation or additional transformational activities going on because of the program. There's nothing better than that. As well as there is a part that I want to give back, and this is a great opportunity. Our dean, Brian Kench, gave me this opportunity. I'm very, very happy, and I respect it, and will give it all I got.
And certainly with your experience at Nestle and in the business, I'm sure you have so much experience and expertise that you can bring and make a part of this curriculum and help benefit students.
And yes, being at Nestle for 31 years, being a vice president and officer, I have a lot of relationships both inside Nestle and outside from my experience. But if you take that and then multiply that by 1,600 alumni, think about what we have available to us to help, be that tipping point, that a little additional relationship or knowledge or access that makes it happen. So many of these people, all of us are at the level of, we're almost there, and we need that little tipping point. And I think you'll see from the program, both what you're learning in class and what's available to you outside of class, that we can be that tipping point that gets you to that next level.
Excellent. Say I'm considering being a part of this program. What do I do next? What could my next step be? How do I learn more?
Well, I know there's, we're posting obviously the address, the phone number, the email of the university, but also on there is my email and also my cell phone number. And we're here to serve and support and help the individuals make the best decision for them. So I would encourage them to contact the university or myself directly, either by email or by phone, and I can inform them more about the program so that we together can make sure that if it is the right thing for you or not. And I'm a big fan of that. This is not selling. This is informing and educating so that you make the best decision regarding the program or not.
And you'll personally make this connection?
Yes, I'll personally make this connection, and I'll personally make the guarantee, if we both think this is the right place for you, that you will get everything out of this program and some.
And what if I want to see a little bit more about the program, say maybe sitting on the class? Is that something that's possible?
Yes, thank you for that. That's very common, and we encourage that so that you can experience not only the professors but the students that are currently in the program. They love the program and the opportunity to see that, so that when you invest in your time and your dollars in the program, you know that you're getting what you're looking for. And again, I assure you, we'll get you more than what you're looking for.
And maybe even come see the campus. And where is the EMBA program located at the University of New Haven?
We have a beautiful new facility in Orange, and it's an old corporate environment. It has a beautiful, I call a country club driveway to the building. It's a great place to learn. And I think that's, again, one of our differentiations, is that you're not in a classroom. You're literally in a corporate building, very much a familiar environment, and where many of us work and come from. So it's a great opportunity for us to teach you on that campus in Orange. And we're blessed to, I think we purchased the building a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I wanted to circle back to that you had mentioned a little while ago was the trip to Washington. Tell me a little bit more about that.
And it's funny because some people understand D.C. a little more than others, and then of course once we go down, everyone is aware of the impact that D.C. may have on us all. But if you think about D.C., rules, regulation impacts our personal life as well as our corporate life, and it obviously impacts our businesses. So the more literacy you have regarding how Washington, D.C. works, the impact it has on all of us, the more informed you are, and the more then you can operate as a leader by being familiar with those aspects coming from D.C.
Certainly a great learning environment.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. We're going to round things up. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll have that information if you would like to contact Michael Davis to learn more about the program. We will have that available for you as well. Thank you.
Thank you.